there is actually a lot of the questions about the air data computer, but all of them, the main idea which we need to know about air data computer, which information we have in input to air data computer and which information we will have in output from air data computer. Technically, air data computer, or ADC, it's the computer which properly recalculate all of the parameters of the air for us and provide this information for pilot, for instrument, for a different system of the airplane, for FMS, for autopilot, for the engines of the airplane, for ground proximity warning system, altitude alert system, stall warning system, and all of this kind of thing. Also, it's provide information for inertial reference system. So let's pick what we have in input. So what will entering into our computer? In our computer will entering pure information from sensors, pure and clean information from sensors. So it will be total pressure from the pitot tube. It will not the dynamic pressure. It will not be some kind of speed. It will be just total pressure which is taking from our pitot tube. Just the total pressure, just the static pressure which is taking from static port. Also, it would take the total temperature from total temperature sensor or TAT sensor. Here it's actually writing this weight on the wheels, but this is not that important thing for us. Also, it will take the information about angle of attack from angle of attack sensor. All of these things will be in input. On output or from this computer, we will already have some useful information for us. First of all, it will be speed. So computer will automatically calculate the indicated airspeed, calibrated airspeed, and true airspeed based on the parameter of the total pressure, static pressure, and the total air temperature. So indicated, calibrated, true airspeed. Also, it will provide for us Mach number because it's able to calculate Mach number from internal information. Also, it will provide for us information about barometrical altitude for the QNH setting which we have and for the standard QNE setting, and they will provide this information both all the time, so flight level together with the altitude. Also, it will provide for us vertical speed because computer able to calculate how quickly static pressure is changed and convert this information into the vertical speed of the airplane. Also, it will able to provide for us information about total air temperature and static air temperature. And yeah, total air temperature kind of useless for us because it's not affecting on the performance of the airplane. But usually on ECAM display or like engine warning display of the Airbus or Boeing, at the lower side of this screen, we all the time have a total air temperature, static air temperature. So TAT, this degrees, SAT, this amount of degrees. Also, we're providing for us angle of attack, and this information will be sent into the stall warning system. Plus, important things that's the later we will speak about inertial navigation, inertial reference system, and we will say that the system able to measure the heading, the system able to measuring track, the system also able to know what is your drift angle. But this system not able to calculate the wind, because for this system it will be absolutely, they will be absolutely don't care. You have a light fully crosswind, or you have a strong headwind which is blowing with, for example, 10 degrees relative to your track. It's know your drift angle, but it don't know from which directions and what is the wind speed. And if we interesting to find what is the wind speed we have in our actual condition, we need to supply information about our true airspeed into our inertial navigation or inertial reference system. Logic is absolutely the same like for the flight computer, because if you don't know your, if you will know only your heading and track, you may say what's the drift angle you have, but you will not able to say what's the ground speed or what is the true airspeed of your airplane until you will know your task. So air data computer provide the task for inertial navigation and inertial reference system for calculation of the wind speed and direction. Air data computer, that's all.